So let me officially start.
Okay.
It is now 6 o'clock in Bangkok, but it might be very early in New York City. Say it might be around 7 o'clock in the morning. In Seattle, maybe still 5 o'clock in the morning. But right now in Auckland, in New Zealand, it might be around 11 o'clock in the evening, almost 1 hour before midnight. But I don't know. Our globe is really round. It is not really flat. So our time zone may be a lot different. But this session should be very interesting. And we will talk about AI and the impact on futures of human lifestyle and real estate. Let me just say that this session is held by our FIABCI World Council of Experts. As you may know, FIABCI is the largest real estate federation in the world. We have about 70 countries, 70 chapters in 70 countries, and also the president of FIABCI Thailand, and I'm the president of the FIABCI World Council of Experts. We have different councils. We have Council of Developers, councils of valuers, council of brokers, council of proptechs, council of property managers, but this council is the council of experts. So any expert related to real estate are in this council. And this session, our moderator is my great friend, Mr. Ivan VELKOV. Mr. Ivan VELKOV is the president of FIABCI Bulgaria, and also vice president of our FIABCI World Council of Experts here. So he has been very generous to be in our council. And as you already know, our speaker today is Professor Dr. Worsak Kanok-Nukulchai. Actually, he is our board member of the Thai Real Estate Business School, but formerly he was the president of the Asian Institute of Technology, which is a world-renowned education institution located in Thailand. He is the president, and he also graduated from AIT, also other places like the University of California, Berkeley, in 1978. And so an alumni from AIT as well, and he is actually my senior, but he has really less depreciation. Look still very young. We look still very young. And the biography of Professor Worsak is quite impressive, but you can read it later. Otherwise, I may have to spend around 15 minutes to introduce my great professor. And he is a very great professor, great leader, and also he study a lot about artificial intelligence. In the past, we have some study as well in the very long with the Small World program and some others, but those may be very outdated already. Now we have a lot of new AI that professor will this, and particularly in the field that related to human lifestyles, rural lives, particularly real estate. So this is the case. So Mr. Ivan VELKOV, you will be kindly be our moderators. So Mr. VELKOV may kindly say something before the start of the lecture by Professor Worsak. Please, Mr. Ivan VELKOV.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Supon. Thank you for introducing us, and thank you for mentioning that I'm a friend of yours. I feel very honored to be a member of the World Council of Experts under your leadership. We have been spending efforts and time, and hopefully we're bringing results for all the audiences we have been approaching with various topics. And today, especially with the help of Professor Worsak Kanok-Nukulchai, if I pronounce it correctly, We do hope to have your vast experience in a lot of fields to give us your view on how the impact of the technologies, how the impact of the blending in between the human and unhuman reality is becoming something of a daily necessity on one hand, and on the other hand, perhaps a challenge that we need to have in mind when approaching our future endeavors, either personal or professional lifestyles. We have been witnessing how the technology has shaped up the industries around the globe, and real estate and all related services are not too distant from that. But especially with the opportunities that artificial intelligence and augmented reality and everything that has been coming in handy and quite affordable nowadays is in a way influencing our lifestyle, and perhaps even more influencing the lifestyle of the future generations, the current students, the current children that are actually living in an era where the technologies are already something that we are dealing with on a daily level. Professor, with your vast experience, as I mentioned, we have probably so many articles in various scientific journals, books, conference papers, a lot of attendance. You have so many awards in various fields related to that issue. Can you imagine in the early years of your career, if all the technologies that are available now have been available back then, how far probably your career would have gone now? Would you be still a professor, or you will be busy with probably much more different things in your life? Let's start with that, and I would more than honored to give you the floor for your presentation.
Thank you. I wonder whether you can see my screen now.
We'll share it in a minute. Yes, but
I have shared my screen. If I would like to check that the audience have seen my screen, or should I do it again?
Not yet. We are still seeing the page. Okay. You can share the slides from your computer.
Okay, let me.
Now we can see you, sir.
Yeah, only me, but not my screen, right?
But a moment ago, when they speak, I saw your screen, sir.
Oh, you have? Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
It's underneath the button that says share.
I know, but I have to give me a minute. I have to. Okay.
Good. You start in a minute, I guess.
Okay, I have it.
Okay, very good.
I have it now.
Yes, it's starting.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I can see you now. Successfully.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Well, I think now in Bangkok it's about 6 o'clock in the evening. So but I understand that our audience are everywhere around the world. So I just say good day to everybody. And today I think I do the lecture, let's just talk. You know, I think I want to share, and then later on we don't need to believe everything I say. So read from the many of the information from the book, from YouTube, you know, because this technology change very fast. And I have to say that I'm not an expert in AI. You know, my research is not directly on AI, but I talk about AI in the perspective of user or consumer, because today AI is not only for, people who do research or do developing AI package or something. It's for people, it's called democratization of AI, which is part of my talk today. Okay, so I'm going to move forward. These are some of the famous people and also the books, that they published, but most of them are now quite obsolete. There are many more. If you would like to follow AI, the best channel would be YouTube, and YouTube again, if it's over 1 month, is become quite old. So I spend a lot of time following this almost every day. It changed so fast. And today I'm going to bring you around the world. It's not a topic only for Thailand or for any country. It's for the world. And also we look from the past to the future. Today the world is subjected to two types of global megatrends. One is something that has to do with our activity that creates some problem for this planet, and we know exactly what it is. The second one is created by technology, which either disrupt or change very fast. Let me move this a bit. Okay. Give me a second. Okay. And the first type of global megatrend, we know exactly what will happen, and it's certain that it's going to happen. But the second one, we know that it's going to happen, but we don't know exactly what will happen. It's unknown. Sometimes it's called unknown unknowns. We don't know what we don't know. Okay, I just show you a glimpse of the first one very fast. I think you know this, right? Population boom, rapid urbanization, climate change, environmental degradation, wealth inequalities, and aging society. This is something that Thailand is now suffering. But the second kind is more important because it comes very fast. If we are not following this, by the time that we want to, it may be too late. Okay, so I would like to first give you some background, and I think you need to understand what is exponential growth. Most of you know about this, I think, but let's confirm. I think the best way to understand this is that, this compound interest. If we put money into the bank and the capital, doesn't create any interest, then our principal will not have any interest, right? But if the interest is not compounding, it will be a straight line. It will be a straight line. But if every cent of our interest creating new interest, at any moment, it's going to compound. It's going to compound, and the curve of the growth will be exponential. Many things in this world is exponential. World population is extremely exponential, Even our life expectancy, we used to live 20, 30 years. Today is explode into at least 90, perhaps 100 years later on the average. Now, I would like to bring you to the past. We have these three kinds of revolutions: agricultural, industrial, digital. From one revolution to the others, it moved very slow. Sometimes we feel that there's no disruption. It's not true. There were a lot of disruption, but the disruption went on very slow from generation to generation. so we don't feel it. Okay, so you see that there's a schedule change in this green line, and we just predict what is going to happen next. From today, we can see quite clear what is going to come. But from now on, I think it's not possible to predict because things change so fast that it's going to move up. We thought we are walking along the dotted line, but it's not that. We are going to something which is unknown. And that is something that we are facing today. Exponential growth sometimes is hidden by the linear growth, but at some time it's going to show up, and then it's going to explode very fast. I'm not okay. This guy, this is a famous futurist. He's the author of a bestseller book called, his name is Ray Kurzweil. I think if you follow the new technology, you heard about him. He is the one who, kind of pay a lot of attention to the fast moving of technology. And he is the one who, use the term singularity, which means at some time of exponential growth, it's going to go vertically very high so that we cannot see or we cannot imagine what it is. In the past, there are very few innovations, many years until recently, until the last 2-3 decades, we see so many new things, right, coming up. And that is part of the exponential growth. All of this has to do with the computing power called processing unit, and according to Moore is a person who predict that the power of computer will double every year, and the cost will be reduced 2 times every year. So if we plot this graph on a regular scale, it's going to be exponential. Here we plot in a log scale, okay? And by this, it just say that the same money that we used to buy 1 unit of processing power, today we can buy not only 100,000, but 100,000 million processing unit with the same price. You see, so computer become extremely cheap and much more powerful for the same price. He also, Ray Kurzweil also predict that he said in 2017, the computing power is already equivalent to the brain of a mouse. And next year, the computing power will be equivalent to the brain of one human. And another 30 years, 2055, the power of computer will be equivalent to the brain of all humans combined. It's a bit difficult to imagine, but this is what he predicts. Now let's come to this AI. As I said, in the past, we heard about AI. We felt that AI is something quite far away from us. But today is very close, because AI today is for consumer. Last year, there was a lot of news about generative AI. So I'm going to tell you what is generative AI. If we think about the AI today, it's still called artificial narrow intelligence because it was developed to do something very specific. It cannot do all things like human, So it's called ANI. And from the past, when we we are not concerned with AI because most of them are traditional data analytic AI. It's from business to business. But today, it's generative AI is for consumer. Okay, let's look at traditional AI. This AI will follow a predefined rule and algorithms to perform some task, and then mostly dealing with data. So we are used to, in fact, we have been user of all this, you know. We have the email spam that is moved to one folder for us. It's done by AI, call center, online buying, traffic management, everything. So many things is done by AI in the background. We were not aware so much. But generative AI is something that is creating a new contents or ideas, you know, it's for consumer, from business to consumer. And it can create many things, which I will show you just for example. And we can consider last year as the landmark year for the birth of the generative AI. Now, this person just visited Bangkok 1 week ago. He was the adjunct professor of Stanford University. He is comparing AI with electricity that, you know, being democratized about 100 years ago. And let's see what does he say. You see, he compared that about 100 years ago, when we are able to produce alternative electricities and send through the electric line to the house, the main thing that people think about is lighting. They thought electricity is only for lighting. But in fact, today, we know that it's much more than just lighting, okay? And AI is the same thing. It was developed and then feed into our house or into our mobile to LAN or Wi-Fi. And initially, people think about, you know, use it for, you know, talking, chatting, and so on. But it's not only for that, it's much more. And this is something that, you know, electricity can be used, right? Now, let's look at how we create content or what can we create, you know, by simply input a sentence of text telling the AI what we want to create. Either it will create text, sound, which is audio, or image, or video, you know. It will produce that per our instruction, okay? So this is text to text, text to audio, text to image, text to voice, video. The same thing, we can instead of typing, we tell computer, we tell AI to do this and that. It can do the same thing. Or even we can submit an image, you know, and then we ask AI to modify, to change into movie, for example. It can do that for us. Now let's look at the chatbot, the first text-to-text first. Okay, there are many famous. The most popular one is ChatGPT, of course, because it starts first. But there are many other. I just take this for. In fact, I prefer Claude 3. Claude 3 is today is more powerful than ChatGPT, I think, especially in terms of the academics. Basically, what we do is that in all this chatbot, normally there's just kind of a block where you have to input. We call prompt. It's like, you know, talking to somebody, but instead of talking, we just write. For example, in this ChatGPT, I just say, "Hi, who are you?" I write there, and then it just say, "Okay, this is the answer. Hi, I'm ChatGPT, a conversational AI here to help so and so." I even asked him in Thai, "Can you speak Thai?" And he said, "Yes, he can speak Thai." He even recognized my name, because I talk to him quite often. The same thing with others. Gemini, this is another kind. Okay, with the same principle, we put the prompt in and then it just reply. And Claude, the same thing. There's always a line where we can input our prompt. Then it reply. This is another one. Okay, I just asked them 1 hour ago when they prepared this. I asked ChatGPT whether do you know FIABCI? Then suddenly it tells me, yes, FIABCI, which stand for, I wouldn't dare to pronounce that, sorry, International Real Estate Federation. It brings together professionals from all area of the real estate industry, so on and so forth. Okay, so it is quite clever. It has a lot of data, I think last year when I went to a Chinese hospital, there was a Chinese herb, and I don't know what it is. So I asked them, please give me the English name and then the properties. He just provide me that, and I also, can you do it in Thai? And he did that, in our language. I asked them to prepare SWOT analysis of Thailand legalizing the use of cannabis for medical purpose. It gave me very nice table, very useful. Now let's look at the image. Okay, the most popular one is called Midjourney. I think you have to be a member. It's about $8 per month. Quite nice. What we did is that we just enter a prompt the same way. The one in the box here, I say, an ultra realistic of a nice Thai lady in Bangkok, Chinatown. I think this is the only thing that I instruct. So Midjourney provide me with 4 of these pictures. Okay, and I can upscale into something final, or if I don't like it, I can make variation from each of these picture. So I select the first one, which is like this. Second one, third one. It's amazing that they know how a Thai lady look like, at least it look like Thai. So it must have some kind of good reasoning and good memory of how we call the Thai lady. So I asked, this is a long prompt, something that I would like to see Lord Buddha, in the style of a man, a human, And so it give me this for. Then I asked to create a rural farmhouse plot, has a Thai style cottage with traditional Thai house with solar cell and a pond with ducks, It give me four picture. I select this two. Quite nice. Imagine if an artist have to create this, it will take perhaps months or weeks. But here it use only the minutes to do that. Okay, all these are created by Midjourney. Good thing about that is that we have the copyright if we are paid member. Many times in the past when I write paper, I need to buy, all the illustration, the photo and everything, because of the copyright. But now I create by myself. I can save a lot of money and I can create what I want to. Okay, so it just say that we have the ownership of the copyright, but have to accept that we have to give license to Midjourney to be able to show it to the public. That's all. or these are created. Now let's from text to video. Again, this is very exciting. It's just these are developed open for open to public months ago, one or 2 months ago. But even that is just show to public. But the solar today we can still not use it because of some sensitive issue. They want to keep it for a while. But the Chinese one, Clean AI, this is from China. Now they allow the user to use it free of charge with some limited use. Let's see what it is. Okay, so basically we put a prompt here. The prompt just tell the AI what we want the movie to appear. It just say a stylish woman walks down a Tokyo street, filled with warm glowing neon, and so on and so forth. I want you to see the physics. It's amazing that many people who study physics, the theory, they were wondering how AI know exactly all the physics. Everything is consistent with the physics theory. You look at the shadow, you look at the reflection of the light. I'm going to show you. Okay, so this is the movie made by or created by AI. From that small piece of prompt. And what we are amazed is that all the physical theory has been met. There's nothing wrong at all. You see the shadow, you see the reflection of the water, and so on. Let me go a bit faster because I still have a lot. This is another one. The prompt showing the a surf SUV, running along the cliff of the road. You see. So AI doesn't need to learn physics. It was trained by a lot of movies, a lot of films, YouTube, and it just recognized the patterns. It recognized the patterns, then it can create this, inconsistent with the world. Sometimes it's called world simulator. Okay, this is another one. A cat trying to wake up the mistress, the madam. This is from China, curling. Again, you look at the prompt. It says, say, Chinese boy wearing glasses, close his eye and enjoy delicious cheeseburger in a fast food restaurant or something. Same thing. Oops, sorry. Go back a bit. Okay. Now from text to audio. Today we can put the voice into anybody's mouth easily. I'm going to show you. This is my friend.
I've lived a life that's full.
Frank Sinatra, right?
I've traveled each
He sings
and
My
every
Way.
highway.
Now I'm going to
and more.
ask my friend. He's here, right?
I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every highway.
Okay, this is myself. And I just learned a little bit of Chinese. But the way I talk, I think you can imagine that I speak Chinese very well.
大家好，华侨重生大学尊敬的主席、董事会成员、校长、教职员工，今天我很荣幸能就人工智能及其发展问题向大家发表演讲。我们7句华侨重生大学必须承认该校悠久的历史及其创始人华侨胞的3堂的遗产。华侨胞的3堂成立于1910年，是泰国历史最悠久、规模最大的。
Okay, now you can hear the English one.
Good afternoon, esteemed chairman, distinguished members of the University Council, president, faculty, and staff of Hwachew Chalermpraket University. It is an honor to address you today on the topic of artificial intelligence and its development. As we gather here at Hwachew Chalermpraket University, it is important to acknowledge the institution's rich history. Good afternoon.
Okay. Now we have a new model of ChatGPT called ChatGPT 4.0, Voice Omni. These are multi-model. It doesn't only take text, but also voice and also pictures. So it used our mobile as the eyes, our camera of this mobile as his eyes, and it can talk, it can hear. So let's see. This guy is holding the mobile with this program ChatGPT 4.0, and the camera of this mobile serve as the eyes of this AI, and see what.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey there, it's going great. How about you? I see you're rocking an open AI hoodie. Nice choice. What's up with that ceiling about? Are you in a cool industry-style office or something?
Well, can you take a guess at what that might be doing based on what I'm showing you here?
From what I can see, it looks like you're in some kind of recording or production setup. With those lights, tripods, and possibly a mic, it seems like you might be gearing up to shoot a video or maybe even a live stream.
Yeah. In fact, we've got a new announcement to make.
Okay, let's see. In this case, this person that has some problem with the eyes. So he used the mobile with ChatGPT 4.0 as the eye to tell him what they see, what the AI see.
Is the king in residence at the moment?
Yes, it looks like the king is in residence right now. The Royal Standard flag is flying above Buckingham Palace, which is the signal that the monarch is present. How exciting to be there while the king is home.
Try and tell me exactly what they're doing right now, please.
Right now the ducks are gently gliding across the water. They're moving in a fairly relaxed manner, not in a hurry. Occasionally, one of them...
I have to go faster because time is short. Let's move. Now let's look at how AI affect our lifestyle. Okay, let's look at the evolution of AI. When we talk about AI, there are 3 categories. Today we are only at this first one called ANI, which is an AI that was developed for a specific task. Secondly, everybody is trying to get AGI. AGI is an AI that can behave like a human across every task. They can do everything that human can do. This is the definition, and they have not yet found it. They hope that this will come very soon. But ultimately, there will be a kind of very scary AI called super intelligent AI, okay? And this guy will be much smarter than human. And of course, it will affect how we live so much. Our lifestyle, our human civilization may lose because of this. Okay, this is narrow intelligence. The robot was taught to how to play chess. This robot have AI in the brain, right? And when we talk about robot and AI, they are 2 different things. Robot is a body, AI is the brain, okay? And the brain control the body. artificial general intelligence, they can do everything like human do. And of course, the super intelligent, artificial super intelligence, ultimately, I think the people fear that we are going to build this. If we are looking at what I call the staircase of intelligence, compare human, chimpanzee, chicken, and also a kind of the ant, for example, we are still above. We said, oh, we are much clever. But when we look up, there's AGI and ASI there. Okay, so they are much smarter. They are much smarter than us. We are just over there, but they are at the top. And the way, if we can build them, they will look upon us human just like we look upon an ant, no different, So it's a bit dangerous at this point. It will be very useful, but at the same time, people are a bit worried that it's going to take over human. The IQ of the ChatGPT-4 today is about 155. Einstein is 160. We are going to build GPT-5 very soon, and soon there will be AGI. Okay, every big company, big AI company, they are looking forward to AGI. They are kind of competing to get AGI first. So this is the next station for everyone. By definition, it just say that it has intelligence equal or greater than humans and can perform a variety of tasks, not just a specific one. It can reason, it can plan, it can think abstractly, and then adapt to the new environment. The question is, would AGI eventually being able to develop sentience? Sentience is a feeling, of being hurt or being harmed or something, or consciousness, the awareness that I'm myself, you are you, and we are not the same, that kind of thing. Because if AGI could do that, it would be dangerous. Why they said emergence of AGI is creation, AGI can write its own code. So it could enhance its own capabilities. It can even clone itself into many, many copies, and communicate among them. This is called the Fulm process, the process that going up very fast. I have to go a bit faster. There was a survey to all AI developers around the world, asking them whether they believe that AGI is going to come. Almost everybody said it's going to come. It's just a matter of when. Okay, so the skepticism that we have about AGI is now the change, and most experts believe that it would be achieved in perhaps even few years, at least not beyond 2030. And we are just sitting on the curve, and the change will be very fast. When we look at those famous people like Elon Musk or Sam Altman or other people, most of them say that AI is going to come soon. AGI. Okay, so it's not something that people just imagine. These are people who are working with AI, and they know exactly the advancement of this AGI. Now, how can we live? There would be some kind of transition period, which I imagine would be a bit chaos, because things change very fast and the system doesn't follow. In that case, how do we live? We are talking about this period. From this year until 2030. During this period, how can we prepare ourselves to cope with the transition? This is eventually our lifestyle will change. We used to, 200 years ago, we used to be in the farm, right? We grow rice, we raise chicken and so on, But after 200 years, quite a long time, today, most people work in the office, in front of the screen. But another 50, 70 years, we could change our lifestyle. It could be even before that. It's called post-work lifestyle or post-labor lifestyle. It means people doesn't have to work. I don't want to say people are laid off, We just say people do not need to work anymore, but enjoy life. The transition period, there will be a lot of layoff because companies need to adopt automation because otherwise they cannot compete. To compete, they have to use automation, so they have to lay off people. It happened today in Thailand. There's a lot of very cheap products from China made by AI or by robots. Very cheap. It just dumped into Thai market, and then the Thai company just cannot compete. So the Thai have to either follow or otherwise close the company. So this is the starting point. Okay, and this change occur very fast. We don't have time to prepare, even we want to. That is a problem. Eventually, this Yuval Noah Harari, he's a famous author of a book called Homo Sapiens, Homo Deus. He was saying that 90% of humans will not need to work anymore. And he called them useless class. Useless class in terms of macroeconomics. That means normally people contribute to economic, right? To GDP, but here, any human that do not contribute to economic become useless. And people are unprepared because they don't know what is coming, unknowns, So the society, especially in many countries, including Thailand, we are not prepared. Perhaps in the US, China, and many countries in Europe, maybe they already prepared, but Thailand, they're just getting a bit confused. What can we do? Now, at the AGI world, this is called post-labor economy because they don't need human as labor anymore. Okay, so it will transform the capitalist system today into an era of post-labor economic. So instead of human working, now the AI is working on behalf of us. We are not just talking about labor, even cognitive job, intelligent job, they can do better than us. Okay? But at the same time, because of the efficiency and intelligence of AGI, the world will eventually enter an era of abundance. We will have a lot of cheap energy and consumer goods. So this is the world of abundance. I think both Elon Musk and Sam Altman already said that, that we are going to have so many things free and no poverty, and this is true. I think Sam Altman, said many times that we are going to have free AI, even to be our companion, and then somebody to personalize tutoring us. Then a lot of advancement in medical science so that our life will be extended, much longer. This is something that is the positive perspective of AGI. When we look at the clean energy, for example, solar, today we are underused. You see, 1 hour of the sun, one hour of energy that we receive from sun today, if we receive all of them, it will be enough for the whole year. Yes, you see. So we are using only a fraction of solar energy. We can only invest, we can really harvest energy from the sun. Very small amount, perhaps about 10,000 possible energy coming from sun. We only harvest one. So we have a lot of room to increase this with the help of AI. Also, the nuclear fusion, we are not talking about nuclear fission. We are talking about fusion, where we take a very light atom, to fuse together and it produce big energy. This is also something with a lot of potential for energy, which is clean. So we will have much increased wealth. We will live longer. We will have food surplus. We have unlimited clean energy. We have instant connectivity with anybody. We can travel to anywhere. But again, this is under the control of the super elite. Okay. How does post-labor economy work? First, I think because product become cheaper and produce faster, so the price will be much cheaper, or the price will collapse, So with the same money, we can buy so many things. Then again, if most of the people does not create wealth by themselves, they have to receive some kind of allowance. They don't have money to buy luxury good. Okay, everything will change. The social contract, human relationship with work, money, business, society, and government will change. People will lose the purpose of life because since AI can perform not only physical but also cognitive tasks, so we will live without any sense of purpose. We will be jobless and lack of personal identity. That means everybody will look the same, right? Will be the same, will be treated the same. There's no hope for social mobility. The reason we study so hard, the reason we work so hard, because we want to move from one class to the other, right? Higher. But now everybody the same, And if humans feel that skill and knowledge is not useful, why do they need to study? They don't have the incentive to study anymore. So that is a problem. This is just to compare different professions. The yellow one is a small group of, we call super elite. Today it would be those billionaires, those people who are the politicians, for example. Okay, they control the wealth. The pink one is the professional, like myself, a professor, engineers, medical doctors, real estate dealer, whatever, It will be the pink one. The green one will be workers, and another 30% not employed because they are still studying or whatever. But in 2030, this number will be reduced. The unemployed will be increased from 30 to 75. Okay, people like you and me will be reduced by half because they don't need so many people. And by 2045, maybe the super elite will be only 2% of the world population, and professional maybe 5%, and labor maybe about 3%, and 90% of people do not need to work. Again, this is just a kind of not even prediction, but some kind of imagination that if AGI come, then this might happen. This person I mentioned to you, right? The great author Yuval Noah Harari from Israel. He wrote very good books. These 3 books, you should read if you did not read it. He was saying that 90% of humans will become useless class. And he said, industrial revolution created the working class, but AI revolution creates non-working class, opposite, right? So meaning useless class. Now, how would they live? How would they have food and all the things that they need for life if they do not work? So it's the responsibility now of the government to find some money for them, which is called universal basic income. This UBI, the principle is that the government must allocate a certain amount of money, a certain amount of monthly income to every adult citizen, regardless of wealth, employment status, to help everybody meet basic needs and sustain their lives. Now, this is a big issue, whether the government can do that. Some government can, but if government cannot do that, then what would be the role of the government? They expect that the source of funding will come from those big companies of AGI who receive a lot of info, and then they should, kind of give back to people to buy goods from them. And this is not only company, but also country-wise, country that benefit from the AGI, like the US, China, Europe. They should be ready to share, the fruit of AGI with the other countries unconditionally. That's the questions, So eventually, some people said maybe we are going to reach a utopia. If the government cannot look after the people, kind of become neo-colonization or become communism or whatever, maybe there will be no border anymore, no comment anymore. They become either just a global comment or divide into camps, Chinese camp, US camp. So there's a lot of discussion about this. So there'll be a lot of the challenge. Let me move faster. I think I would like to go to the point that I would like to mention. With the democratization of generative AI, people don't need to stay in urban area anymore. You will see the counter urbanization, I call ruralization. People will go back to their home in the rural area, So there's a journey back to the rural, away from urban chaos to rural harmony. Now let's talk about, we talked about this before, right? That democratization of electricity is a start where, people will be able to receive electricity. They could stay up at night to work, to read, to enjoy life, So this arrival of electricity symbolize the progress and hope, to improve their life. And it followed by many things. We talk about 6 great democratization of technology. First is electricity. Second is the democratization of infrastructures, bringing people from urban to rural and vice versa. Then internet, internet now everywhere, any corner of the world we have internet. People even at the upcountry have smartphone. people now are used to online working, and of course, eventually there will be generative AI. So this is, I just go one by one, right? Okay, so eventually with generative AI, you can use it so many ways. You know, you don't need to stay in the urban area. Okay. Okay, so because of this, the internet and generative AI, you can have even a personalized tutor at home. You know, you don't need to go to school anymore. You can stay, or if you need to, then it could be in the rural area. You don't need to go to urban area, you know, especially when you don't have job. Then the healthcare will be much better because with today technology, you know, AI know much more than the doctors because they have millions of cases. Doctor only have maybe 100,000 cases, you know, and they have to look at the book, but AI get all the knowledge in a matter of seconds. So eventually the AI would be able to provide healthcare. Agriculture, the same thing, right? You know, in the past you use a lot of laborers, but with AI, you know, you can sustain your agriculture at home. You can enjoy life, you know, with your plot of land in the rural area, and you can even set up a local business, you know, selling your product. And with the smart infrastructures, you know, in the future, you can go anywhere. You can sell your product not only in your country but around the world. And you can also preserve your culture, you know, your local culture. And if you are going to have work, fine, you can work at home. You know, remote work is there. It starts today. And today, with the public service access, you don't need to come to capital, to Bangkok anymore. You know, what you need is just your ID number, and you can get everything. So this makes living in rural area, you know, very comfortable. So we call this as the urbanization. I use another term called ruralization, you know, because it involves people moving from city back to rural area for job opportunities and simpler lifestyle. With new generative AI, rural residents can work from home via rural internet, eliminating need to move to city for some jobs. Many corporations in Thailand today, they use rural sourcing. They build a factory in the rural area so that people don't need to come to Bangkok anymore. You know, and people, when they are happy, they are more productive. So the urbanization or ruralization, I call it. And I think real estate will have to consider this, you know, a lot of residents in Bangkok, in capital, a lot of building, condominium, would they be empty in the future, you know? Before ending my talk, I'm 4 minutes beyond. I want you to listen to a song. Okay, so this will be. This is created by AI.
Born to run, to climb, to see nature's wonders wild and free. Then came the grind for money and fame, caged in cities, a robotic game. The world of abundance is so bright, with smart AI working day and night. No complaints, no bargains, just meet our goal, freeing us from the robotic role. Let robots be robots, let humans be human again. We look up to AI for this transformation. This is truly a human liberation. Let robots be robots, let humans be human again. We look up to AI for this transformation. This is truly a human liberation.
Well, I think that will be all for me. Thank you for your attention.
No, we want to thank you for the very inspiring and very profound look at what we have to expect. Of course, there probably are many questions that humanity has to rise to themselves, because whether we are up to those opportunities has to deal with our integrity and with our ethics, I would say, because those opportunities wouldn't come to all at once. There will be certain discrepancies in certain areas, certain countries, certain regions, and the transition period to that bright future, as in the song described so nicely, will be very hard to go through without problems, without conflicts, without wars even. Right now, we are witnessing the world is heading into a very tense, very aggressive war of opinions, and even sometimes local conflicts become an actual cause for loss of human lives and everything. And in the bottom of it is probably the something similar to what happened to the previous revolutions, like the agricultural revolution and the industrial. They were all in the time where the humanity was pretty much busy with fighting each other, because somebody has been living better and somebody wanted to have the same. And I really hope that the technologies and all those opportunities would actually ease up the transition this time. We wouldn't end up being in another conflict, and we will be heading toward utopia, and instead of some disastrous dystopian, as we see in some Hollywood movies, whether we have really like 2% super elites living in abundance, and another 90%, as you mentioned, looking up in the sky for different life. I think most of our audience have been speechless into some of the predictions you have managed. I remember when I was a kid, I was reading Isaac Asimov, the laws of robotics, and I was not expecting to see those things happening in my lifetime. But as we see now with AI and virtual augmented reality, we are already heading into those opportunities and eventual obstacles that we have to deal with as human beings. And it's really up to us to be to the level of the technology, and not to let ourselves down with something that we are not ready to face. I want to thank you enormously for your time and efforts. It's a lovely, optimistic way to see the future. With some of the questions you raised, especially what Yuval Harari is saying, is something probably everyone is asking ourselves now. I don't see there any questions in the chat, but perhaps if some of the audience would like to share comments or ask you a couple of final questions, I would rather invite them all, including Dr. Supon, because I didn't want to interrupt you during the presentations, because every slide was actually opening yet another food for thought for everyone, I think. Thank you again for the time and for the effort. It's very useful to have those congested and offered and synthesized in a way that you do with your engineering approach, if you allow me to say that.
Thank you. I hope that we can take this, then make some reflection, and then perhaps within our role, we can try to push the genie back to the bottom or something, because I think this issue of you heard about even the AI developer, they did not agree among themselves that they should pause for a while until they are sure that they could somehow control, but then if I do it and people don't do it, then same with the country, some countries say, okay, let's consider stop this for a while, but another countries keep on doing,
Exactly.
So there's an issue. And I always say that if we have an alien coming from outside our Earth, the whole world will unite. But with AI, these are our own children, our own product, and everybody has its own children, so nobody would like to kind of unite and get rid of it or trying to control, and that is quite different from the how we think about, we have an alien come from other world, and every country call for uniting force to fight.
Exactly.
Okay.
Dr.
Yes,
Supon, yes.
Yes, sir. So thank you very much for our great speaker and also our great moderators. See you next time. Good night and good morning to you, Mr. VELKOV. Bye-bye, Professor. Yeah,
Thank you very much. It was very inspirational. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Bye-bye.